Welcome to episode 1, Smoked Bacon Scones and Maple Butter. Let's start. Tie your apron on. You will need bacon. Get yourself a baking tray. Use a flexible wired mesh if possible. Lay the bacon on the mesh. We need about 5 pieces. Watch his little fingers. Keep them away from the bacon so you can use them for other things like opening the oven door. Cook the bacon for 10 minutes at 190 degrees Celsius. Now let's move on to the maple butter. You will need 80 grams of butter or vegetable spread, 1 pinch of sea salt for a subtle but textured mouthfeel, and 80 grams of pure maple syrup. Cradle your bowl to secure it while whisking and incorporate plenty of air. To check the consistency, lift up the whisk, and if the mix holds its shape, it's ready. In the meantime, the bacon is sizzling away. The smell of bacon fills the whole kitchen. I love it. Flip the bacon for even cooking. Cook for another 5 minutes. This is what we are looking for. Keep the fat. You will need it. Next, in a mixing bowl, in goes 440 grams of self-raising flour, 80 grams of sugar, 80 grams of butter or vegetable spread, 35 grams of baking powder. We will be using a stand mixer with a paddle attachment. Put aside some flour for dusting. In another bowl, pour 150 grams of cold water or milk and 150 grams of double or heavy cream. Next, peel 1 green apple. Roughly grate the apple and watch those fingers. We don't want red scones. Add 2 pinches of sea salt. The secret ingredient is liquid smoke. Links for this are in the description box below. Take 20 grams of the liquid smoke and 1 gram of dried parsley. Gently stir the mixture till they combine. Check your crumb mix. This is the consistency that we are looking for. Next is the chopping of the bacon. Listen. You know you've done it right when you hear that crunch. Chop away till you get nice even bits. Once done, mix it with the saved fat from earlier. This is not a low-fat recipe. Add the bacon to the crumb mix. Then pour the wet mixture into the dry. This is his favourite scraper because it is curved and flexible, like me. The curvature fits the bowl he is using. Scrape the paddle. You don't want to waste the mix. Dust your surface with some flour. Release the dough. Now we are going to work it. Knead it back and forth. Use a rolling pin to flatten out the dough with even movements up and down. Use the scraper to relax the dough all around the edges. Use a perforated baking tray for better airflow. Use baking paper. Dust the top of the dough. Dust your knife. Cut and pull to the side. Do not drag the knife down. You can also use a cookie cutter if you have one. We did not. We are looking for a nice rectangle. Time to adjust and reshape. Use the bottom of your palms to shape the dough. Next, the egg wash. Separate the yolk from the white. Save the white for some other project, maybe meringues. Measure equal amounts of maple syrup to egg yolk. Use the brush as a whisk. 1 yolk is enough for this recipe. The egg wash is there for flavour and to colour it golden brown. Brush each scone with the wash. Any excess flour from the top of the scone will disappear as you glaze them. Evenly coat them. After the scones have had 15 minutes to rest, or when the first egg wash has dried, glaze them for a second time. Bake them in an oven set to 190 degrees Celsius, fan on for circulation, and set the timer for about 15 minutes. Check the underside for a nice, evenly baked colour. There is nothing quite like freshly baked smoked bacon scones with some maple butter. This recipe can be made in advance and has a good, out-of-the-fridge shelf life of 2 days. The apple keeps it moist. You can reheat them in the microwave for about 25 seconds. Enjoy!